over 9 years on the air, no top-ranked actor has ever appeared before this microphone more often than Walter Huston. And no actor has a more consistent record of fine performances here. Walter is currently much occupied as Peter Stuyvesant in Maxwell Anderson's brilliant new musical comedy, Knickerbocker Holiday, the second major hit within 2 weeks under the proud new banner of the Playwrights Producing Company. Last week, we brought you Raymond Massey as Abraham Lincoln. This week, Walter Huston as Peter Stuyvesant, with Jeanne Madden as Tina, in an episode from Knickerbocker Holiday. Words by Maxwell Anderson, music by Kurt Weill. Our conductor, Maurice de Abravanel. Mr. Huston. Time, 1647. Place, New Amsterdam. Old New York under Dutch rule. Or rather under the powerful thumb of Peter Stuyvesant, its new governor. An irascible tyrant who brooks no objection to his rule and has rules for everything, including, we notice, exact regulations for the guidance of Dutch maidens engaged in that ancient Dutch duty, scrubbing the white doorsteps of neat Dutch cottages. As the curtain rises, a coterie of maidens is scrubbing a coterie of steps in strict unison. In unison, that is, with one exception, Tina. Tina, we shall learn, has been betrothed to the aging governor against her will. The maidens scrub.
1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 5. No more. Only more. Only more. No more. The deal is expected. One day to adore. We bring the ship to brightness by counting up to 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 5. Surely, if you put your mind to it, Tina, you'll be able to remember that we're not supposed to say 5, only 4.
I know it very well, but it's my personal opinion that all housework adds up to odd numbers. Nobody asked your opinion. We were told exactly what to do. Well, it was a great mistake not to ask our opinions, because we know more about housework than the governor does.
But don't let him hear you say that after you're married.
No, indeed.
I shall say exactly what I please. He's a stuffy old codger, and he doesn't know everything.
Here he comes. Club, cut, fish. Club, cut, wash. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4.
5.
Did someone say 5?
I did.
Pretty aberration. Charming touch of defiance emanating from so sweet, so tousled, and so unmarried a head. But after we are married, then we shall see.
Yes, we will indeed.
Tut, 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 no frowns, no sulks, no rebellion. You're a highly privileged young lady. This is our betrothal day, and even now the Grand Army of New Amsterdam is drilling for a spectacular parade in your honor. We shall review the troops together.
Oh, dear, here they come.
A scrubby lot, but I'll make them shine. Company, halt. At ease. I have but one fault to find with this army. There is still too much individual thinking in the ranks. Take care. Individual thinking can be detected without the slightest difficulty by any good officer. It shows in every movement, in the response to every order. You, sir, Vanderbilt. It shows in your face this very moment. What are you thinking?
Excuse me. I was thinking, what's the good marching in the army when we wasn't fighting nobody?
My dear sir, my nature is so irritable, my temper so uncertain, and my habit of mind so pugnacious that we shall be at war very shortly. Very shortly.
That's awful.
On the contrary, it is a therapeutic measure. Nation at peace grows fat-headed and short-winded, as witness your own mental and physical condition. A short war with, say, Connecticut would restore tone. Why, the Connecticutans have built a fort on the Connecticut River within our territories, and they must, of course, be driven out, whatever the cost in patriot blood.
Then we get in a war
Naturally.
with the whole of Connecticut? Oh, that's awful.
Yes.
Couldn't we send them a letter? Maybe we could make a deal and give them Boston.
That is exactly the spirit I intend to destroy among you. You have grown fat and foolish for lack of an antagonist. Since we have no enemies, it is necessary to create them. Well, sir, why aren't you holding your head up?
There's one question I could maybe want to ask.
Well, what is it?
When we march up to the fort, is it absolutely be necessary that I should march in front?
An intelligent question. Allow me to answer you by a brief demonstration of military tactics. Attention! Left face. And all my men in parade formation with the gravest, wisest, most eloquent, and most dignified of our citizens in the front rank. This, in all civilized countries, is the proper order for parades and other civil functions. About face. This, on the other hand, is military formation for field duty and attack. The youngest, most active in the front, the older and more valuable in the rear. In this order, we shall charge the enemy. Does that answer your question?
Absolutely.
Then, as a pledge to our mutual determination, we shall now sing the war song of New Amsterdam. Hold your heads erect and sing with enthusiasm, for I shall be watching you. Mark time. March!
To war, to war, to war. We don't want what we are fighting for. To war, to war, to war. But that's all right when soldiers go to war. Oh, if we leave the maidens we adore, it's not exactly that we fancy more. We'll come home, eat first, lay out 6-5-4. For minus them the certain can't restore. For that is their author's goal. Now it's only that we're told. 1 step, 2 step, 3 step, 4 step, 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 step. To war, to war, to war. We don't want to bring a fighting war. To war, to war, to war.
So we are to have a war as well as a wedding. Certainly the wedding must be postponed.
Nonsense, nonsense. You are much too beautiful to remain unwed another day. Before I left Holland, it had been arranged for political reasons that I should espouse the daughter of mine here, Tienhoven. Whatever her appearance or her manners, I should have been obliged to marry her. What good fortune. What good fortune. What astounding luck. Ah, what a face and what a figure. A divinity among maidens. There is no princess in the courts of Europe with half your beauty or your charm.
I'm afraid you flatter me.
You haven't seen the present crop of princesses. Oh, my dear, I understate the case. My impression is more than favorable. I'm delighted. And have arrangements been made for the wedding?
Well, I hadn't thought.
Oh, the sooner the better, my dear Tina. The sooner the better. It's a little late today, but tomorrow.
Oh, no, please.
Not tomorrow.
Well, I'm very young, and I'm not ready at all.
How old are you, my dear?
16, sir.
16. Well, you're getting along. I should, of course, defer to your desires in such a matter, but let us understand each other. It is your father's wish that you marry me,
Yes, sir.
and you would hardly oppose your father's decision.
No, sir.
Then, since it's to come sooner or later, my child, and you arouse my ardent affection, I see no point in postponement.
But don't you think you could wait a few years?
Years?
Yes, sir.
Years? You are young, my sweet. You have the world and a lifetime before you. My hair is graying at the temples. Slightly, but gray. The days slip rapidly through my fingers. For my sake, try to overcome your girlish modesty and let me lead you to the altar while the fire burns brightly.
In a few months? Then a few weeks?
Oh, these months and weeks. When I was a young man courting the girls, I played me a waiting game. If a maid refused me with tossing curls, I'd let the old earth take a couple of whirls while I plied her with tears in place of pearls. And as time came around, she came my way. As time came around, she came. But it's a long, long while from May to December, and the days grow short when you reach September. And I have lost one tooth, and I walk a little lame, and I haven't got time for the waiting game. And the days dwindle down to a precious few. September, November, and these few precious days I'd spend with you. these precious days I'd spend with you. So you see, my dear, why wait? Have you memorized a little handful of rules which I drew up as a guidance for the wives of New Amsterdam?
I'm afraid not all of them.
Then put on your thinking cap, my dear. You will need these few precepts before nightfall.
Governor Stuyvesant.
Yes?
Well, No, I can't ask him. I don't dare.
Tut, tut, tut. Now, what was the very first admonition on your list, child? Repeat them all from the beginning.
Rules for the wives of New Amsterdam.
1.
1. A wife should have nothing on her mind which she does not tell her husband, and should tell her husband nothing which does not give him pleasure.
Quite accurate. Quite accurate. 2.
2. Husband and wife should never pass in the doorway. She should never go out as he comes in, nor come in as he goes out.
And as a corollary, the less she goes out, the better. 3.
3. She shall avoid all demonstrations of affection, except when alone with her husband. For a Hollander's lady, like Caesar's wife, must be beyond reproach.
A crude rule, but necessary. 4.
4. No dinner is good unless hot.
There, my dear, is the heart of domestic science. Never forget that rule. 5.
5. For breakfast, the wife should provide a great number of fresh eggs, which have been boiled 3 minutes by the glass, and a great rasher of bacon neatly fried. And she should smile constantly at her husband across these eggs and bacon. For a man is never at his best in the morning and needs encouragement. Oh, I never can do it.
Oh,
never.
yes, you will do very well in the beginning, my dear, and better later, for as a woman loses her charms, she begins to excel in cookery. Come, my dear, you know the rules. Why wait until tomorrow?
But, sir, there was someone else.
Was there?
Yes, but I'll tell him if I have to. If I have to, I'll tell him.
That's a good girl. Come. Yes, it's a long, long while from May to December. Will a clover ring last till you reach September? And I'm not quite equipped for the waiting game. But I have a little money, and I have a little fame. For the days turn to gold as they grow few. September